Hello everybody and welcome back to my channel. Now if you can see in front of me, I have, for whatever reason, I have a ton of yarn on my desk. This is probably the most disorganized I've been in a minute, but I'm kind of in the process of creating and writing a few different patterns, so I needed to kind of pull everything out and reevaluate how I'm going to be making it, what yarn I'm going to be using. So yeah, this is gonna be like a gigantic crochet with me. I feel like the crochet content has kind of been lacking a little bit on my channel, and I know that's a huge reason of why a ton of you guys watch me here. So this whole video is just gonna be us hanging out, working on a few different designs, and crocheting together. First up, this lovely little design is going to turn into a crochet pillow, hopefully for the living room. It's really hard as a crochet designer to kind of balance between wanting to make really crazy, free-handed, unusual, just like really unique pieces, and then the other part of me really likes to stick with the basics because that is the easiest to teach. I feel like a lot of people love the basics and they're kind of like the foundation to crochet. I decided to go with a more basic everyday stitch such as this. And for something like home decor, at least in my home, the basics I feel like look the best. If I do too many really crazy designs, it might just look like a mess. Like disheveled might be the word I'm looking for, disorganized. So I'm just gonna pick up on this. I need to make this large enough to fit over my pillow form. But this is kind of just the basic stitches that we've got going on right now. Finished up my little, I guess, test swatch, you can say. But look at this gorgeous acrylic yarn. This is like a number 5, maybe even like a number 6 jumbo or chunky, just really, really thick. Don't mind that, but I think this would make a really gorgeous pillow. I still have a little bit of time left in my day, so I figured I would start working on the crochet dog sweater. I had so much feedback on that, but I'm not sure which yarn I want to use for the next video, but I'm kind of torn between which one to use. I'm a little bit lost, so I figured I would kind of swatch up the 3 different options that I have. The first yarn I'm going to test out is by Jody Long, and it's the Flora line. So I'm pretty sure this is a 100% cotton. Look at that. Now my only concern with the 100% cotton is that it's not going to have a lot of stretch, and then I might color coordinate it with the blue. The second option of yarn that I could use is the Jody Long Alba Aran. Now I really like this because it's a little bit more neutral. So this is kind of like right up my alley. There's like tweedy nubs and everything. But the only downside is that this is a really thick fiber, merino and alpaca, so super, super toasty. And then for my third option, I might want to use a silk blend for the dog sweater. So this is also Jody Long's line in Delish. Now this is actually a 50% merino wool and 50% silk. I really love the feel of this. I don't know, I'm kind of torn. So I'm gonna make some swatches and then I'm gonna figure out which colorway I want to go with. All right guys, I just finished getting ready for the day. I did a little bit of hair, a little bit of makeup, and then I figured I'd come on camera to finish off my look. Okay, not bad. This looks pretty cute. Honestly, this kind of looks like, it's kind of giving me like mom fit vibes. I like this. A little bit reminiscent of like the 90s. Speaking of moms, it's that time of year. Mother's Day is coming up really soon here. It's already like the end of April. So I do want to say a huge thank you to Ana Luisa for partnering with me on today's video. Regardless of who represents the mother figure in your life, this is the perfect time to give back to them with durable and resilient jewelry. Now I know Mother's Day can look different for everyone, whether you're showing appreciation for your older sibling, your grandparents, or even your best friends who guide you through life. That being said, I picked out a few different pieces that I thought would make a great addition to your style for every single generation. So the first little piece I have here is the Cody ring. To me, this is kind of screaming like elegance. It's chic, but it's also timeless. So something like this, it's like a little bit bold, but it's stackable. Now, if your loved ones are into a little bit more bling and a little bit more flair, then I really want to suggest the Eternity Band. It's just gonna add that little extra touch of sparkle, and hopefully it makes them smile. Now, I've saved the best for last. This is the Colette bracelet. I really like this as well because it's dainty, it's stackable, stackable, but it also has these really gorgeous malachite stones. And to me, this just adds a little bit of an extra touch of femininity to your outfit. Because they're all layerable and stackable, you can kind of deck out your moms in all the gear that you would traditionally wear. If you guys are looking to surprise your mother figures with some Ana Luisa jewelry, I will have a link down below in the description that you can use where their pieces are up to 25% off site-wide. Make sure that you guys go check that out. And again, thank you to Ana Luisa for partnering on today's video. At this point now, I need to head out, do some shopping, and then get back to work. So I've had a little bit of a misfire. I set out to film more BTS of me working on the little crochet dog sweater, and then somehow the whole weekend got away from me. I finished the sweater, but I didn't film anything for the vlog. Of course, I have some leftover yarn, so I'm gonna try to squeeze out a little matching top for myself. Who would I be as a dog mom if I didn't crochet myself something to match my dog? So I've got Netflix on, it's a really cold and rainy day, and hopefully by the end of this vlog I'll have like a little matching sweater. Bonk. Not even a sweater, a little matching top. It's the next day. I took a little bit of a break from it, but so far, if you couldn't tell, I'm obviously going with another raglan style design. For me, the raglan just works up the quickest, and I'm also very comfortable with it, so I might as well like throw it on and show you guys what I'm trying to create. So far, this is what the top is turning out like. Now, obviously I have that raglan going on, but I'm also going for kind of like a V-neck. Typically, I'm not a V-neck girly. I just don't really like how that looks. But I thought I would try something new and do kind of like a lace-up technique. So I'm kind of going again for like that varsity striped shirt. And then eventually, once the points reach like a little bit further down towards the center of my chest, I'm gonna connect it in the round, and then I can just work like back and forth and back and forth. And hopefully it'll look like really cute, like a little lace-up top. Very athletic wear looking, but casual at the same time. So now that I have a good amount of the gray, I think I'm gonna switch out to my red shade, and I'm just gonna add in like the striped little bits. All in all, this should be a relatively simple top. I think I just need something to kind of like get me out of the mental funk that I've been in recently. I don't really think I've talked about it too much in this vlog, so maybe if I'm feeling brave, I can actually do like a little chatty sit down and crochet with me video where I can kind of just open up to you guys about what the heck is going on. So we're gonna continue on with the simple little raglan, and hopefully it'll bring me some joy to be matching with my girly. So it's been a few days and I have a little bit more progress. So this is how the V-neck is coming out. Pretty simple, pretty cute. It looks a little bit messy just because I have all of the strings at the center that I still need to weave in. But nonetheless, the little raglan design is coming out super darling. As you can see, I'm at the point where I'm really just gonna be working with the gray color pretty much for the rest of this top. There's nothing else too special that's going to go into this pattern. All right, so this is the top on. Obviously, there's not too much coverage, but like I said, I'm just gonna continue to work straight down on this. I'm hoping to hit like around the belly button area. Wait, I actually like the V-neck design more than I thought I would. As I was making it, it kind of looked like the V-neck was gonna be really tight and like really close. But now that it's on and kind of like stretched across my body, there's enough like openness, chest exposure that I'm digging. Honestly, I'm really liking how it's coming together. We're gonna do a photo shoot later today with Suki in the sweater, and I don't know if I can finish this in time. Here's hoping. I'm gonna put in a little bit more time on this, and then I'll check in with you guys, hopefully to show you the finished whip. We finished up the top a few days ago and I'm super happy with it. I've worn this a few times out and about and I can't get enough of it, so I need to throw it on and just show you guys the final reveal. Without further ado, here she is. So darling. And I also wanted to add that I personally didn't add on any more rows to the sleeves. I kind of just like that cap sleeve. I'm already certain that I'm going to be making a tutorial on this top, so I kind of want to mimic the varsity stripes again because I love the name varsity top, but at the same time I do want something else different, so I might be just using some like very colorful yarn. As I discussed earlier in the video, I was a little bit worried about the V-neck being a little bit too tight and like closed in, but now that it's stretched across my body, I feel like this is the perfect drape, perfect amount of chest exposure. I'm here for it. Yeah, I thought I'd just show you guys the front side and the back side. It's so stinking cute. I feel like this is gonna be like my new go-to style. So now at the moment, I do need to finalize the summer advent. I've been putting this off for so long, but I did spend a couple of hours over several days putting together like the different mood board and the color palette for the summer yarn advent. I'm pretty sure that by the time that this video is out and live, the summer advent pre-orders are officially open. So I'll have everything up here on the screen if you guys are interested. It's gonna be open for a week because I have to order my stock ahead of time. And a lot of times the yarns do sell out. So I need to get my grubby little hands on them. For this yarn advent, I really want to focus on more of the medium tones to the darker tones, kind of inspired by oil paintings and watercolor paintings. And this time around, I think I'm going to be offering it in 3 different yarn bases. So I'm going to have the standard nylon sock base, a sparkle nylon sock base, and then of course the standard 100% superwash DK. Yeah, we have 3 different bases this time, trying to expand a little bit. Please let me know your thoughts down below in the comments. I really want to know what you guys think of the new color palette. I gotta get back to work though, so yeah, let me know your thoughts. You know what time it is. We're gonna dye up some yarn. So I have a few orders that I need to work on, but this is also gonna be really fun because I just recently picked up a new fiber base. I believe that this is 90% superwash and 10% linen. This feels so drastically different from everything else that I carry. I know that I said that about this silk base as well, but this very clearly has like that linen texture, that linen feel. I actually really like it just on first glance. It does have, again, kind of like a grippy texture, but I feel like once I get this wet, put some heat on it, dye it up, it might actually change the overall texture of this. Typically, whenever I add dye into yarns, it does make it a little bit softer. So this might be a really good option for summertime and for spring because it's gonna be a little bit more breathable. I might be dyeing up a new color because I really need to test out this linen before I just throw it up on the site. I wanna see how it performs, how it acts, overall stitch definition. I might be crocheting like a last minute wearable so that I can just kind of test it out for you guys and show you what to expect with a new possible base. So it's been a couple of days since I dyed up the linen yarn, and I really want to show you guys the new color. I also decided to dye it not only on the linen yarn, but on a standard nylon sock base. I thought it'd be really smart of me to kind of test out how the different dyes were going to react on different fiber content. So this is the cute little colorway that we came up with. I was also noticing from my website that a lot of my colorways are more so like mid-toned to like brighter colors, but I don't traditionally do a lot of the darker, deeper colors. So this time, not only do we have a bunch of really gorgeous fluorescent colors, but I threw in a ton of black. Not only did I like pour the black in, but I also speckled it. So this is the new colorway. I have no name for her yet, but I just really wanted to show this off because this is so different from a majority of my colorways. And of course, this is the linen base. And now that it's completely dry, the linen yarn feels so scrumptious. I'm really happy that I decided to pick this up as a new base because this is gonna be like my new summer go-to. Of course, this is 90% superwash and then only 10% linen, but you can really feel that linen texture. It just feels so good. I really love it. I need to zoom in because, I mean, this is stunning. Look at this colorway. Oh, I love it so much. But yeah, if you guys have any names for this, let me know down below.